Well, hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's raining at Castle Combe today, so I thought I'd treat myself to a bacon bat to get through the morning. I'll show you around the paddock in just a bit. Stay tuned. So it's absolutely bucketing it down here at the Castle Combe. But I'm going to take a quick look around and see what's here on the way back to the car to hide from the weather. It's going to be quite exciting on the track. I've never done a full wet day, so from what I've been told, the grip's pretty good actually, despite the standing water. But it's when the track's drying out that you've got to be careful, so we'll give that a whirl. So a really good turnout from the Bristol Pegasus Motor Club. Some really interesting cars around today as well. So it looks like there's some others who are camping for the weekend. Perhaps there's an event coming up the next day. So some Formula Fords, some very interesting French modified cars as well. This lovely period correct classic touring car. Right, over to the Fiesta to clear out the boot then. Because I'm a professional race team, we've got the Engineer logo banner. Just gonna fish that one out. There we go. Stick that somewhere here for later on. So time to head out for a track session. It's very, very wet. You can really see all the standing water as I'm coming out onto the circuit. Time to get the wipers on, get those tyres warmed up, and give it the beans. A little bit of trepidation going over the Avon Rise into Quarry, getting the car slowed down. Now I think I'll be quiet and let you guys listen to the car. Okay, I've been out for a short session on the track, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. A lovely red Nova went bang in a big puff of smoke. There's a lot of standing water, which is quite exciting. So you can be on a nice steady line through a corner, you know, kind of balanced throttle, and all of a sudden, whee, you're kind of skidding off to one side. A lot of the people in the more powerful cars are saying it's almost undrivable out there, but I'm going to take it steady in this little blue thing. Come back safe, but I think it's it's probably a good car for the day, to be honest, because you can have a bit of fun. You're not necessarily going as fast as some of the bigger cars are. But yeah, check out some of the onboard. It's exciting out there. Now with the confidence building, it's time for a hot lap. Oh no! I've done a spin. It's the first time I've ever spun the car on the track. Incredibly embarrassing, but just a reminder that we're all mere mortals. Fortunately, I will try my best to now catch up with the Lotus and the Boxster that repassed me. Fiesta, charge! Sometime later I've managed to catch up to the back of the Lotus. I'm pressing on. Coming out of the S's. I'm taking a rather enthusiastic entry into the final corner camp at Castle Combe. That was quite exciting. I managed to completely spin the car 180 going up into Quarry at the top. I really did find the limit of the grip out there, but once you found it, I think you can just sit just inside it and have some fun. So check out that on-board footage again, unbelievable. Yeah, but the car's holding up pretty well. Temperatures are good, brakes, plenty of grip actually with these Michelin Pilot Sport 5s. I'm really happy. Okay, it's time for the pit walk with the usual excellent narrative. Let's give it a go. So a lovely Cayman R, parked next to a BMW M5 with a V10, a Z3, an E36, and some interesting Vauxhalls. There seems to be a little gang of them all hanging out together through the day. It's fantastic to see them whizzing around the track. I do love a Nova. Legendary mechanical noises coming from the Vauxhalls. Some hot French things. And a TT next to that lovely classic touring car. And the yellow Lotus that I managed to pass a little bit earlier. There's two of them. Maybe I didn't pass it. Who knows? And back to those lovely Formula Fords hiding under an awning, which, to be honest, in this weather, isn't a bad shout. Looking around the rest of the car park, quite a few hot hatches. This is a nice 200 spec Renault Sport Clio.
Just to smooth it out, because very impressive. You're pretty much wringing its neck at 200 horsepower, if that makes sense. Yeah. You passed us. Well,
VW Up GTI, excellent choice for these kind of weathers. You don't really want a lot of power. You're looking to have a lot of fun. So I'm seeing all the hot hatches lining up, feeling like it's time for me to head out and try and catch these guys up on the track. So taking the exit from the pits and heading onto the main straight through Folly as we head up towards Avon Rise, checking over my right shoulder and in the mirrors to make sure there's nothing fast coming. Let's go find those hot hatches. So in front you can see the Vauxhall Corsa. I think these guys are definitely running track day tyres, struggling a bit for grip in the wet. Whenever they put the power down, they're squirming all over the place. Take a look. Now entering into Hammerdown, getting flat out. doing my best to see through the spray, about to pick off my first victim, I think, getting past that lovely 306 GTI Turbo, and chasing the Vauxhall Corsa down through the top part of the circuit into the S's. Really starting to close him in, and that Corsa's all over the shop, which meant I had to back off a little bit out of the rev range, but eventually catching up. And what's that? A Tesla in front. Absolutely rapid in a straight line. Quite comedy in the corners though, those things are pretty heavy. But now chasing down that lovely red Nova. Bit of commitment at top end of third gear and a bit of late braking's got the job done. That Tesla's absolutely hounding the Corsa in front. Better get down there. So now heading up into Avon Rise, I'm really getting in close to the back of the Corsa as we're heading into the top of Quarry. Able to pick a nice tight line. Really struggling for grip with the car in front. I'm having a great time. Can really explore the limits of the grip out on the circuit today. But a late lunge, top end of third gear into the chicane. Job's a good one. Right, who's next? I think there's a white Nova down the road. Let's see if I can get after him. I'm going to have to work hard for this. So here we are, probably a lap or so later on. Approaching down into the chicane again. This seems to be a good spot where I'm picking up a fair bit of time. These lovely Michelin tyres doing their job. I wish I was sponsored by Michelin so I could get some free ones, but nope, they're mine. Now chasing down towards Tower. Again, late on the brakes. Pushing hard coming out of that corner into the S's. And now heading down towards Camp, the last corner of the circuit, and I've made it through. I'm very happy with myself. I felt like Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen absolutely sailing through, but the reality is I probably had much better tyres than those guys who are probably on semi-slicks ready for the dry. So another wet one. I don't know how, but these PS5 seem to be picking up some cracking grip out there on the track. Even with a bit of standing water around, if you're careful, you can be pretty committed in through the faster stuff as well. Really loving it actually. I should do more track days in the wet, I think. Right, I've made a really sensible investment and bought myself an umbrella with the Castle Combe logo on it. If you know, you know. Ooh, V10. Very nice bit of V10 M5. Boxster. A Tesla. I'm a bit torn on this because they are very powerful, but they literally weigh 2 tons. A classic touring car, that lovely Cayman R that we looked at earlier. Now, I think I'm going to go wandering around the car park. It's a very awesome Celica GT4, probably running, probably close to 500 horsepower. Absolute monster under the bonnet. And 2 very interesting French cars. There's that 306 that we saw earlier on the track. Okay, so just after lunch break, the sun has come out, the track has dried. Look at this, look at this, actual dry. So totally different experience. Now having to manage temperatures a bit more, the tyres, the brakes, all that kind of thing. It's like a day of 2 halves. So there's a Mini Cooper absolutely roaring by. Nice Ginetta. A very fast Fiesta ST, something like 320 brake, Mark 7, loving that. And that fantastic red Nova in the dry. So here's the sound of the day for me. BMW V10, lovely. 306 roaring around in the dry. Clio in hot pursuit. Now at the top of Avon Rise. And what's this? A rare bit of fan footage coming in. So thanks to Phil for sending me these videos. It's a very rare opportunity to see the Fiesta in action on the track because I'm usually in the car. Getting an overtake done on a Beamer, lovely. So despite the weather, all in all, it was a pretty cracking day out. Managed to get the car around the track in one piece, almost went into the tyres, gave it a spin, but actually came away from it all right. So if you've enjoyed the content, keep following the journey, hoping to get that RS style spoiler finished very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but for now, engineer out.